yesterday, we talked about points, lines, and planes. We talked about rays and segments. So now we're going to look at angles today. Okay, what forms an angle and how we name angles. Okay, so there's an image here on the left, and we're just going to go through these bullet points. Okay, first off, an angle is formed by two of something that we learned about yesterday. So looking at this picture, okay, what are there two of that meet at this point B? Like, say it again. So remember the difference in a line had an arrow on both sides, right? So there's an arrow here, and if it stops at B, what is it? If it has an endpoint and an arrow. Anybody remember? A ray. Somebody said it. Okay, so there's a ray on this side and a ray on this side, and they meet here at point B. Okay, so that's what creates an angle. An angle is formed by two rays with a common endpoint. Okay, the common endpoint is called the vertex. Okay, so the vertex here, I need y'all side conversations to stop, please. These notes are not going to take long, but I need y'all to focus so we can get through them. So B is the common vertex here, the common endpoint of the two rays. The rays themselves are the sides. This is working perfectly fine in my earlier. Okay. Sides. Okay. The rays are called the sides, and remember we name a ray with two letters and the symbol above it. Does the order of the letters matter? Do y'all remember? That we're just practicing this before lunch. Some of those were rays, right? The order does matter. So I'm going to color code here. So let's do this side in green. So what would this green ray be called? What's the end point? A, B, or C? B is the end point of that green ray. And what point does the ray go through? So we have to go in that order. We have to start with the end point. So ray BA, I just scrolled down a little, my bad. And then remember the symbol points to the right for a ray. So ray BA, okay, and then this blue side, how would I name that blue ray? BC. They make angle ABC. Now notice the order of those letters, it's 3 letters to name the angle, and the order has B in the middle because B is the vertex. Okay, we use this symbol for angle. You're not going to have to write the word angle every time. You'll use this symbol. And you can see it down here. See that little, it's just an angle symbol. So angle, and then we use letters. Okay, we name the angle using 3 letters. The middle letter must be the vertex. So I highlighted that B in red here because B was the vertex, so B was in the middle. Now they went ABC. I always suggest tracing when you're naming an angle, trace in the order of the letters, connect the dots. So A, B, C, I traced the angle. Is there another way I could trace that angle? Could I go backwards? C, B, A, is that the same angle? Yeah. So it doesn't matter the direction that you go of the order of the letters as long as B is in the middle, as long as the vertex is the middle. Could I go ACB? I could not name this ACB because if I went from A to C, that's not part of this angle, is it? So always trace with your finger, with your pencil, however, and make sure you're going over the actual angle you're trying to name. Okay, so ABC or CBA. You can use a single letter or a number if there is one at the vertex. Okay, so if there's no other angle, angle B would be acceptable here. You don't have to use A and C. You could just say angle B because there's no other angle here with B as the vertex. Now, when we start having intersections and there's multiple angles there, we can't do that. But if it's just a single angle drawn like this, you could name this angle B. So I'll put that. So I could call this angle B. Now, you can name it with a number, but not this number. This has a degree symbol. That's what that little circle is. That's telling us the measurement. So this is a 60-degree angle. That's not the name of the angle. That's the size. So I can't name it angle 60. But sometimes in images, they'll just have a number like a 1 or a 2 or something to identify or distinguish between different angles. So you could name it angle 1 if there was a 1 here or something. Okay, when we refer to angle measures, okay, the measure of an angle, we just use a lowercase m instead of writing the word measure out. But when we read it, that little m is read as measure. So this says the measure of angle ABC equals 60 degrees. Or you could write the measure of angle B equals 60 degrees. We feel okay about that? So the M is measure, and then we use the angle symbol and then the letters. All right, we classify angles. Okay, I'm going to start not in the middle or right here. This angle, what does that little box mean? Who remembers? 90 degrees. What is a 90-degree angle called? A right angle. So we have a right angle. And then to the left of that, we've got one that's bigger and one that's smaller. Does anybody remember those names? Acute and obtuse, which is which? Good. The acute is the smaller one. Obtuse is the bigger one. The way that I like to remember that, like when you think of something that's cute, like a baby or a little puppy or a kitten, it's, oh, it's a cute little baby. It's a cute little kitten. So acute is little. Okay. Acute is little. Gentlemen, I need your side conversations to stop. Or you can talk to me about it, but y'all don't need to be talking to each other right now because it's distracting the people around you. All right, so acute is less than 90. I'm going to write that. You can write it if you think you need the reminder as well. Less than 90. Obtuse is greater than 90. Now this last one, I don't know if y'all will have seen or heard before. Definitely you've heard the word before that this is called, but I don't know in math if you've used it. So this is, notice if I had a 90-degree angle and I reflected it over and I had another 90-degree angle back to back, the two rays on the bottom would end up looking like this, wouldn't they? So how many degrees is that if it's two 90-degree angles put together? 180. It's a line. A line is 180 degrees. So put the degree there. Okay, the name of this is exactly what it looks like. It's straight. Straight. There's no turn. There's no curve. It's a straight angle. It's 180 degrees. All right. The congruent angles. Y'all heard that term before? Congruent? What does that mean? They're the same measure, equal measure, or same size, however you want to think of that. I'll write both of those. So the same size or equal measure. We talk a lot about the measure of angles. So congruent just means equal size, equal measure. Okay, so here we're going to name these two angles. What would this first angle be called, this blue one? The one that, or I'll do it in red since I underlined congruent in blue. How would you name this angle? Remember, we can name it with one letter. So we would just say the angle B, right? Okay, so we're going to write down, we're going to use that little M that we said means measure. We're going to say the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle B. So the measure of angle A, I'll do green for angle B here. Because they're both labeled as 75, that means they're equal. So if they are equal, then they are congruent. Okay, and to write a congruent statement is what it's called, a congruent statement. You write the measure of angle A, and then the symbol for congruent is an equal sign with this little squiggle over it. So this symbol means congruent. So the measure of angle A is congruent to the measure of angle B. And actually, when we're saying congruent, you really don't even have to say the M. The measures are equal. So I'm going to erase the M. Oh, that's supposed to erase. Hello, eraser. Try that again. So I'm just going to say angle A is congruent to angle B. So if the measures are the same, if the measures are equal, then the angles are congruent. I'll make the congruent symbol since I underlined congruent in blue. Any questions about types of angles, what congruent angles mean, or naming angles? Relatively short notes today. So just try those two examples and make sure y'all get the hang of it. And there's going to be a little exit ticket for you to try. So here, in example 1, what is the vertex of this angle? Okay, good. The corner is the vertex. So the vertex is K. What are the sides of the angle? Say it again. L is on one of the sides and J is on one of, but L and J themselves are just points. To actually name the side, it's a ray, right? We have to name the rays. So let's name the ray that goes through L. How would I name that ray? The one I just went over in green. K, well, the one on top is L. KL. You have to start with K. The ray has to start with the end point, okay, which is the vertex when we're talking about an angle. Okay, so what is the name of this other ray, the one that goes through point J? KJ. I cannot flip that. I cannot say JK. I cannot say LK. Those are not the names of the rays. The rays have to start with the K in this image. So K is the vertex, ray KL and ray KJ are the sides. Now I want to name this angle. 3 different ways. How could I name this angle? LKJ. Say that one again. JKL, good. So you could go either direction, but notice what's in the middle of both of those? The K. The K is always in the middle because it's the vertex. Okay, and what's the last way I could name this? I can name it with one letter, right? Okay. Those are all correct ways to name that angle. What size angle is that? How would you classify the angle? Obtuse. It is bigger than 90 degrees. It's more than a right angle. All right, what about an example 2? What is the vertex? Good. Okay, what would I name this side that I went over in green? Ray ST, good. Okay, and the other side? Good. Now this one's asking for 4 names, 4 ways to name it. So something's got to be missing here. So I'm just gonna put a 1 here. We're gonna put that there so there's a 4th way that we could name this. All right, so give me 1 way we could name this angle. RST, good. I can't start with the S because if I go, and that's why I say trace it, connect the dots. S, R, T is, I'm not tracing what's pictured here, am I? So trace, 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 connect the dots and see if it's in the right order. So I can't start with S. S has to be in the middle, but I could reverse that order and go TSR. Okay, that's the only 2 ways with 3 letters on this one. So what else could I name it? Just angle S. And since I added a number label there, I could call this angle 1. Okay, again, the vertex is in the middle, or you can name it with just the vertex if there's no other angle with S as the vertex. What size is this one? How do you know that? Because of the box. That right angle marker, okay, is labeled. All right, question. No? Pretty straightforward? Yes. Okay, now what I want you to do, you're going to go to your Canvas page. Okay, so you need to get your laptops out. Laptops out. Can you have a laptop?
Yeah.
A charger?
Yeah, laptop. I don't got a charger.
I thought you were asking for a laptop. I do think I have a charger.
I can. No.
Here, Kristen.
I'm not gonna plug it.
There's one right here. You might have to move here if you're needing to charge.
All right.
Y'all need to bring your charge
I'll work on the
with you, and you need to have your laptops charged. I'll put some extension cords out for next week, but make sure your laptops are charged. All right, go to your Canvas page. Everybody get to the Canvas page. This is where you should be. Everybody there? Cameron, do you have your laptop? Have you just forgot it, or you don't have one checked out at all? Okay. Everybody there? Oh, yeah, I didn't change it. I will change it in a sec, Maverick, since you already tried it. All right, once you are here, y'all listen to the instructions so I don't have to go over it 10 times. Okay, you're gonna hit this My Learning button. Okay, go hit the My Learning button and it's gonna take you to our current unit, which is Unit 1. You can see I added the things from yesterday. There's a blank copy of the notes, a completed copy of the notes, a video. Yesterday I screwed up and got audio only. I forgot to share the screen. But if you missed, you could listen to the recording while reading the completed notes. It still may be helpful, so I went ahead and posted it. Okay, now today there's the practice that you got that we worked on before lunch. And then these are the notes you just took. I'll add the completed notes this afternoon and the video that I'm recording right now. Underneath everything is an exit ticket for today. So that it is a Canvas assignment. You're going to click on it and it should, it's going to look different because I'm the teacher. It's asking me if I want to edit it. I don't want to edit it. Okay, but this is where you need to go to get to the exit ticket. So just click on My Learning. And then you should see it here at the bottom of the Unit 1 folder. And it has today's date. So give that a shot. I actually am going to edit it because I want to give you multiple attempts if you make a mistake. Because it's going to give you, it's only 2 questions. And it's going to give you a grade. If you don't get a 100, I want you to try again. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to try that. We have got, let's see, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So you've got 2 minutes. See if you can answer those 2 questions. If you get one wrong, it's okay. I'm about to set it to multiple attempts so you can try again later this weekend or like in Cat Tracks Monday. Okay, but give it a shot for now. Give it a go. You should be able to answer those 2 questions in 2 minutes. They're just asking pretty straightforward questions. If you didn't finish your worksheet before lunch, the practice from yesterday's notes, you need to work on that this weekend. Try and finish that up. It is due Monday. If you've finished and you want to go ahead and turn it in, you can turn it in the tray back here for your class period.